Just when you thought Salem couldn't get any messier. Days of Our Lives drops a bombshell that's got fans reeling. Sammy Brady and Rafe Hernandez, caught red-handed, in bed together. And the one who walks in? None other than Javi Hernandez. Let's break down the scandal, the fallout, and what this could mean for every relationship involved. It starts with a moment no one expected, not in a million years. Sammy Brady walks back into Salem, and suddenly, the air shifts. Her return was always bound to rattle some cages, but no one could have predicted how fast the past would come roaring back, or with whom. Because within days of being back, Sammy finds herself face to face with Rafe, her ex, her old flame, and the man whose heart once beat in sync with hers. Now, he's vulnerable, wounded, emotionally spiraling after everything that went down with Jada Hunter. And Sammy? She's never been one to leave a crack in the armor untouched. It starts innocent enough. A conversation, a shared laugh, a lingering glance. Two people caught in the gravity of what used to be. They talk about the past, not just the love, but the mistakes. The missteps, the what-ifs they've tried to bury. And then, it happens. A kiss. Familiar, heated, charged with the energy of everything unresolved. From there, it escalates quickly. Emotions take over. Passion erupts. And suddenly, they're in each other's arms, ripping off the years, the pain, and their clothes. It's not just about lust. It's about escape. About craving comfort in the one person who still feels like home, even if that home was built on shaky ground. But in true Days of Our Lives fashion, pleasure never comes without a price. Because just when Sammy and Rafe think they're alone, wrapped in each other and nothing else, the door opens, and standing there, frozen in stunned disbelief, is Javi Hernandez. He wasn't looking to eavesdrop. He wasn't snooping. He just walked in. And what he sees, Rafe and Sammy, in bed, together. Sheets tangled, clothes scattered, breathing heavy, eyes wide with guilt and shock. Javi stops cold. His entire face changes. Disbelief turns to betrayal, then confusion, then something harder to read. Because this isn't just any awkward moment. This is his own family. His father, the man he still looks up to. And Sammy, a woman who once belonged to another era, another version of his father. A version he thought was long gone. In that single moment, everything changes. Rafe and Sammy scramble for words, but none come fast enough. Because the damage is already done. The silence is thunderous. The tension, suffocating. And Javi? He's holding the weight of something too big for anyone his age to process. Because now, he knows. And what he chooses to do with that knowledge could destroy everything Rafe's been trying to rebuild. Will he confront his father? Will he go to Jada and tell her everything? Or will he keep the secret, and let the guilt eat away at him slowly? Whatever happens, one thing is certain. This isn't just a secret hookup. It's a time bomb, and thanks to Javi's unexpected discovery, the countdown has already begun. Now here's where it gets really messy, not just physically, but emotionally, morally, and romantically. Rafe and Jada may be on a break, but breaks aren't breakups. There was still hope. Still room for conversation, for repair, for maybe starting over. But sleeping with Sammy Brady? That's not a pause. That's a decision. And whether Rafe admits it or not, he's crossed a line, a deep, personal line that Jada may never be able to forgive. Because this wasn't a stranger. It wasn't some fling with a random rebound. It was Sammy, a woman with a history of upheaval, betrayal, and unfinished business with Rafe that's been simmering for years. The second it happened, Rafe felt it. Not just the physical rush, but the emotional weight, the instant dread that follows a reckless mistake. And when he saw Javi's face, wide-eyed, wounded, stunned, Rafe knew this wasn't going to stay in the dark. Because now it's not just about him and Jada. It's about a betrayal witnessed. If Javi tells Jada, and let's be honest, how could he not? This could spell the final nail in whatever future Rafe and Jada might have had left. No reconciliation. No, we were on a break, excuses. Just pure, irreversible heartbreak. Rafe may not have meant to destroy his relationship. But intentions don't matter anymore. The damage is done. And the fallout is coming, fast. Which brings us to Javi. The one person in this mess who didn't choose it, but now holds all the power. He's standing at a crossroads, burdened with the kind of secret that can either protect or completely destroy. On one hand, this is his father, a man he looks up to, flaws and all. A man who's been through enough heartbreak and disappointment to last a lifetime. On the other hand, this is wrong. And Javi knows it. He saw it happen. He saw the aftermath. He saw the guilt flicker in Rafe's eyes, and he knows, deep down, that this wasn't love, it was weakness. It was nostalgia, loneliness, the aching need to feel something, even if it meant crossing a line that should have stayed sacred. So now, Javi's faced with the hardest decision of his life. Does he stay silent and let Rafe clean up his own mess, risking that Jada finds out another way? Or does he come forward, rip the band-aid off, and be the reason the truth comes crashing down? And here's the real torment. No matter what he chooses, someone will get hurt. If he keeps the secret, he'll carry the guilt. If he tells the truth, he may destroy two people who once looked like they had a future. There's no clean path here. No easy out, only consequences. Because in Salem, secrets don't stay buried, and once they rise to the surface, they always take someone down with them. And then there's Sammy Brady, the human hurricane. She returned to Salem with little warning, and true to form, it didn't take long before she was in the middle of a scandal. But here's the question that lingers like smoke in the air. Was this a calculated seduction? Or just another chapter in the ongoing saga of bad timing, unresolved feelings, and emotional baggage that's never been unpacked? Because Sammy has a pattern, one fans know all too well. She walks into town, ignites an old flame, and within days, the entire social structure of Salem is teetering on collapse. And this time, she may have gone too far, too fast. Yes, Rafe was vulnerable. Yes, they share history. But Sammy knows how to push his buttons, and whether she meant to or not, she pushed every single one. Now that she's re-entangled with him, things are bound to spiral. Especially if Jada, Sean, or even Nicole gets wind of what went down. Because no matter how private that bedroom door might have seemed, Sammy Brady has never been one to keep it shut for long. She doesn't tiptoe into people's lives, she barges in. And now, with Javi Hernandez standing as the accidental witness to her latest scandal, this isn't just a moment of weakness tucked away behind closed doors. This is a ticking time bomb, and it's already counting down. Sammy didn't just slip back into Salem. She returned with emotional TNT strapped to her, and Rafe was her first detonation. This scandal won't stay hidden. It never does when Sammy's involved. Soon, her name will be back on everyone's lips. Whispered in hushed tones at the Brady pub, gasped about in hair salons, and shouted in courtroom hallways. Shock, disgust, curiosity, rage. The reactions will vary, but the headlines will all say the same thing. Sammy Brady is back, and no one is safe. Because this wasn't just a slip-up. It was a spark. And in a town as dry and flammable as Salem, Sammy didn't just return home. She came back to burn it to the ground. Now it's your turn, Salem fans. Was this hookup between Rafe and Sammy bound to happen the moment she came back, or was it a reckless, unforgivable betrayal that destroyed everything Rafe was trying to rebuild? Should Javi keep what he saw to himself, protect his father's secret, knowing it could spare someone pain, or should he do the right thing, no matter how explosive the fallout? And let's talk about Sammy. Is she just stirring up a little passion and nostalgia, or is she about to burn Rafe's entire life to the ground, one bad decision at a time? We want to hear it all, your predictions, your theories, your hottest takes. Sound off in the comments below, we're reading every one. While you're here, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that bell so you never miss a second of the scandal, the secrets, and the next big twist in Salem. Because this is Days of Our Lives, where the past never stays buried. The truth never stays hidden. And one night of passion can change everything. The damage is done, but the fallout? It's just getting started. Stay locked in. We'll be watching.